In the lobby of Financial Peace Plaza, Clay is with us. Hey, Clay, welcome to Nashville.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Good to have you. Where do you live?
Just outside of Dallas in Forney, Texas.
Oh, fun. And what are you doing in Nashville? A debt-free scream? Anything else?
That's it.
Fun. So how much have you paid off?
About $44,000.
And how long did it take you to do that?
16 months.
16 months. Making what kind of money?
Started out around 65 and a little over 100 by the time I was done.
Good for you. What do you do for a living?
I work in the oil fields.
Good for you. Very cool. Hard work, but get paid well.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I love it. Very good. And so 16 months, you're obviously, I'm guessing you're a single guy?
I am.
Okay. So 16 months ago, you decided to get out of debt. Tell me your story.
Well, like I said, I work in the oil fields, and I had a work injury that made it to where I couldn't work on the rigs anymore, and I was in a truck running parts all day, and it was just a low time for me personally, and I had no idea how horrible my finances were, but my heart was just in a bad space, and I needed some positivity, so I'm flipping through the radio stations, and I hear this guy with a southern accent talking about he's better than he deserves, and I just wanted to hear more about it. And at first, I just listened to the show for entertainment purposes. I like the way you help people, and after a while, it's just like all this truth just gets ingrained in my mind, and I realized that my life financially is just in a mess. And you know, I have two kids, a 7-year-old and a 2-year-old, and I made the decision that the mess that I had that's the end of it, and I wanted to do something different for myself, and I wanted to do something different for my boys. So that was it. Time to kick in the overtime and get this thing taken care of. So that's what I did.
That's what got you started, huh? Very cool. That's neat. And so just listening on the radio, that was the whole deal?
Yes, sir.
Wow. I love it. That's very fun. What kind of debt was the $44,000?
Some of it was family loans. Bought a house a while back for my two kids and their mother, and we had a family loan to take care of so we wouldn't have PMI, and then I had some debt consolidation. I had the other small loans. I had some restitution that I had to take care of.
What restitution? Tell me about that.
Well, I used to be a bank robber, and I served some time in prison. And yes, sir. And I got out August 31st of 2010. And when you take money from people that, you know, it's their money and you take it, you have to pay it back. So fancy word for that is restitution.
Gotcha.
So
how much was that?
I probably shouldn't split it up and talk about it too much.
You're not supposed to say. Okay.
You're right.
Okay.
But
legal deal.
Yeah, I can say
it's less than $44,000. We know that.
It is.
Yeah. And did you have other loans? What kind of other debt did you have?
I had. I brought notes just in case.
That's okay.
My brain gave out on me. I had a 401k loan.
Okay.
Before I knew how bad that was.
Sure.
Had some medical bills from when my son was born. That was not too much. And then, like I said, the debt consolidation, and then also some taxes that I owed quite a bit from all the overtime. And I bumped my income up to an extent that I owed more taxes. And that hurt.
Got in the hole on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
And the last thing I paid off was the restitution. That was actually just Friday.
Wow.
Yeah. The last little chunk of that was down in the courthouse in downtown Dallas at the federal building down there. Took them their money order, and that was it.
That feels kind of like a portion of the past that really needs to be left in the past is over.
Oh, buddy, you have no idea.
I bet.
I mean, when I left the 14th floor there, and I don't want to exaggerate, but to say that it's the same as the day that I got out of prison is how I felt when I got in the button and I pushed 1 on the elevator to get out of that place, and I was done. And that was it, man. My past was in the past, and I didn't know anybody anymore. And that was the end of it.
I love it. Praise God. That's awesome, man. How long were you incarcerated?
About 3.5 years, a little over 3 years.
Wow.
3 years, 3 months, and 10 days.
Okay. Yeah, give or take a minute. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Wow. But that's all behind you now. That's so cool. Good for you. Proud of you, man. Very cool. Hard work, overtime, a goal. And a whole different kind of freedom when you yell debt free today, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's different than just paying off a little MasterCard.
Yeah, it is.
You get the federal government for restitution off your back. That's a big monkey off the back.
It's a that's a nice way to put it. But you know, I put myself in that position. So you know, when you have to man up and take care of what you did, you just do it, and it's not anybody's fault but mine, the situation that I was in, and to bring myself to be done with it is a big deal. And actually this Sunday is the 4th anniversary of the day I got out of prison, so this whole week August 31st is a big day to me. I celebrate it pretty hard.
I bet.
Yeah, so.
I bet. I'd be doing the Snoopy dance if I was in your shoes, man.
I'd be doing more than that. Screaming and hollering.
You know all about Grace, huh?
I do.
Yeah, that's very cool. Well, I'm proud of you. You're one of my favorite people to talk to this whole week. Absolutely incredible.
Thank you, sir.
What an incredible story, and some extra layers, obviously, to what you're facing. So let me ask you this: how old are you?
35.
35. You make $100,000 a year working your butt off. You don't have any payments. What's the future look like?
An emergency fund is first on the list. I'm actually got into it a few $100 to pay that little bit of restitution off. So I gotta get that up and get that established. And I have a 7-year-old who'll be 8 in a couple months, who's learning the principles of working and earning money and stuff like that. So I really want to focus on, well, first of all, I want to cut down on all the overtime I'm working because I didn't get a raise. I literally overtimed myself into making the extra money. So I would like to scale it back and spend more time with my family and just slow it down a bit. And now that I'm done with this giant hurdle, we can go forward from this point the way that I should. And I don't even know how I should. I mean, I've never taken a class, but I know that that's my next step.
Well, you're definitely taking it on us. We're going to definitely donate that to you when you leave here.
Thank you.
There's no question. You're an inspiration. And, you know, I got to tell you that one of my favorite parts of the whole conversation is how you just square your shoulders and man up and go, it was me. And I'm the one made the mess. I'm the man. I'm cleaning this up. And I think there's about 8 million people listening to this show right now that are going, amen. And a few of them that need to hear that they need to man up on something. We all do occasionally. We all got to take ownership. I remember when I went broke, I blamed everybody else for a little while. And then one day I finally figured out it was my fault. And that was probably the turning point for my whole life, was taking responsibility for my actions. And you definitely did that beautifully.
That's where it changed. I mean, it's when you start realizing who the problem is and you can work on the actual problem. And that's the same with me. That's where it started, was myself. And it went out from there.
Absolutely. Clay, you're neat, man. It's an honor to meet you. It's an honor to hang out with you today. Very, very cool. Love it. All right, Clay from Dallas, Texas, $44,000 paid off in 16 months, making 65 with overtime up to 100, and he is free. Count it down. Let's hear a great debt-free scream.
3, 2, 1, I'm debt free!
Oh my gosh. Absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. Wow. Gives you a little different take on things, huh? You know, really, I mean, it's a great metaphor for how you got to feel if you want to get out of debt. What if you felt that way about paying off your car, or felt that way about paying off your student loan? That when you pushed 1 on that bank building elevator and you're leaving after having paid it off, that you felt like he did. See, that's when people move the needle in their lives. When they take responsibility, when they man up, and then when they get passionate enough to cause something to happen. Wow. Best debt-free call in a while, Kelly. Wow. Absolutely amazing. He told me at the commercial break, he said, I don't know if you've ever had a bank robber on before. I thought he was kidding. And then I came in here and started talking to him, and he said restitution. I went, uh-oh, he wasn't kidding. Wow. This is the Dave Ramsey Show. That was awesome, man. You have the whole world crying.
Good.
Yeah, that was great. What a story. Oh, I can't breathe. I was trying to keep from crying like a girl. Oh, my gosh.
Me too. I couldn't pull it off.
I was afraid about you weren't going to get that debt-free scream. We got to get there. We got to get there.
Yeah.
He's going to lose it.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That's powerful.
Thank you.
Good for you. Good for you.
I can't thank you enough for just the positivity that you bring, because that's what got me. I mean, if I flipped and just heard dollars and debt, I would have just kept going. When I hear that better than I deserve, that caught my curiosity, man.
It's amazing.
And a month into it is when it was like, wait, I'm learning stuff. What the heck is going on?
That's God's Spirit. That's cool. Yeah. Very, very cool. So, well, I'm proud of you. It's an honor to meet you, sir. Thank you for telling your story. Beautifully done.
Thank you.
If you've been watching the video channel, you saw Clay Toomey's amazing story as he did his debt-free scream. If you didn't see it, 3 hours from now, check it out as it rolls the next 24 hours. Unbelievable story, one of the most powerful debt-free screams you've ever seen. Here's where we're at. Clay spent time in jail, almost 3 years in prison for robbery. He gets out, pays off $44,000 in 16 months, and just last week you paid off your final restitution payment. I want you to talk about second chances, because you've been given a chance now and you've made the most of it. What would you say to people who feel like they can't fix the mess they've created?
Well, first of all, you can. I mean, there's nothing saying that you can't except yourself. So for me, it was about realizing that there is some work to be done, and that's the first step for me. After that, you just have to figure out how to do it and how to go about it, devise a plan, like Dave says, and just execute it, and believe in yourself, and don't let this stigma of being a felon or being a screw-up or being a whatever, don't let that define who you are, and then just get after it.
There it is. Get after it. This man is truly free. Free from prison, free from debt, and really free from his past. He's moving forward. It was an incredible moment. Clay, thank you for being here and sharing that with us. Folks, Clay is what this show and Hope is all about.